Hello guys, we are here on the 7th tutorial, I think. I just lost the count yesterday. And today we are going to test out the iteration. I have already tested the connection between the server and the client, and seems that everything works fine, so I'm going to test it. I'm working with two screens, so sorry if you can see the client project, but it's the same of the last time, so I didn't modify anything. So now I'm running the client. As you can see now, is ready everything. So everything works. As you can see now, he is detecting the localhost IP address, because the GeoIP can't detect the external IP, because we are connecting into localhost. We could even try connecting through the LAN settings. So setting, for example, 192.168 and so on. But you will always get the localhost because it's an internal IP. If you want to test the one IP, you have to do some port forwarding with your router. I think I'm not going to show you this thing because it's something really basic, but you can find everything online, so we are not going to see that. We are going to test everything in the local network. But as you can see now, he's displaying this flag that is a question mark. You have to know that I created this flag by my own, because in the standard flags folder there is not this kind of flag. It will return an error because you are going to get two lines because the GeoIP can't detect the one IP. So just be sure to download my project and you will have this wonderful flag just for you, an exclusive. But as you can see, everything seems works fine. So we got everything. So country now is localhost, one IP, as you can see, 127. Identity is the test we set in the previous tutorials. Operating system is fine. Username, this is me. Machine name is my machine name, ping, and so on. At T window, as you can see, it says TRET. If now I am focusing on another window, it will just send the other window name, but we have to create a function that will update each time the client information. I'm going to say that we chosen to use a list view to display the clients. This is actually, this could be a problem because as you know, MJRAT uses a data grid view to display the clients. Actually that is the best way to do this, because when you want to update without clicking or without focusing, you are not going to see the update, because if we have 5 clients, all right, we can update without problems, but once we start having 100 clients, 1,000 clients maybe, the list view is going to update really slow. So this is the same technique used by Dark Comet, but in the next tutorials we are going to be sure that the list view is going to be really how I can say, really good updated. So we are not going to see some lags, some you know, some glitches or something else. But now if I close the client, as you can see, the client has been disconnected, so we raise the disconnect event and we remove the socket in position. So far so good. Now we can start maybe, you know, creating the status strip controls such as upload, download. Now I'm going to pause the video for a second. Just we can just I open. But now we can just add a new timer to our main form. So let's see the properties, tools window, yes. So just add a new timer. Put the interval, yes, 100, that's good. And we can just say enabled equals true. And we will name it update network timer. All right, that's good. So now we can modify, well, before maybe we can just add the download and the upload labels. So we can add, actually we have just the status label, but yes, why not? Because I'm going to explain you, in one of my previous writes, I used the menu strip in order to have the buttons, such as builder and logs, on the left, and on the right, download, connections, and upload. But now we don't care about the, you know, the style. You can make that on your own. So just, we can just name it, we can set the text actually to connections 0. I'm going to set Arial 8pt and maybe style equal bold. Oh, sorry. Bold, yes, that's good. So now we can add another label, but we can just copy and paste that 2 times. The second will be upload and just write 0 bytes. And this one will be download 0 bytes always. Okay, so now we're good. I'm just saying that you can customize this status strip because it looks like shit. So this is all up to you, but I'm not going to do that. So now we can open the timer tick event. Just double click on your timer. Now we can add a try catch. In here we are going to handle our exception in another tutorial, but for now we are going to just keep going. Actually, now we need an external variable to use that as buffer. So I'm going to declare a private int underscore 0 as integer. All right. And now I think we can just say me dot int underscore 0 plus equals 1. So now we say if me dot underscore 0 equals 10. So we are going to update each 10 times. So when the timer will loop 10 times with an interval of 100, so 100, we will say now we can update our label. So me dot int underscore 0, we will reset the counter and we say me dot, actually we can name that, we just set a name so it's easier for us to, you know, to recognize our labels. So const, this will be up el And the last div when. Come back to the code. Me upel.text equals upload and class 1 method underscore 1. This method underscore 1 will be a function that will allow us to have a readable human size for the for our byte string. You will see that later. So we are going to convert the long to bytes, gigabytes, and so on. Long underscore 0 and close parentheses. Just duplicate the line, div when, download, and long 1. That's good. And now we are going to reset our variables in order to see that after a network time, that after a tick is going to reset to 0 the downloaded upload. Alright, so we can end if. We can update the connection label, connections, and conversions to string me.as.online.count and close parentheses. Import, yes, compiler services. Now we are just, updating with the online counter using our socket, the count of our connections. And I think for now this is good. So I just write rem, that stands for remove handler. He's not doing anything. It's just for me to remember that in a second time I need to remove this rem, the remove handler, and replace him with something else. So now we can create this method one, so we can see our long in a simple string. So just let's go here, and we are going to say public shared function method underscore 1. We're going to pass by val long 1 as long, and we are going to return a string. So now we can say if long underscore 1 to string dot length minus 4, then return conversions. We're going to insert the compiler interrupt services long underscore 0 and bytes. Yes, let's import compiler services. Now I'm just copying and paste the rest of the function. It's pretty easy. So as you can see, it just loops each. Actually, it doesn't loop anything. It just converts all the quantity into kilobytes, megabytes, and gigabytes, and after that it returns a string. So you can just copy that. I'm just saving time. And now the last important things, we need to set these variables with the value. So now these are empty. So we can go back to our socket server, and we are going to inject, we are going to hook the send and the receive function to measure, to get the length of the packets, so we can update our labels in the right way. So now in the send function, in the second send function, send here, we can just say class 1 dot long underscore 0 convert to int 32 b.length. So we're going to say long 0, that is the upload, just set the packet length, and now we need to parse, we need to hook actually the RC, if I'm not wrong, yes, the receive. So RC down here, and now in the M, under the M right, so maybe upper of the label, we say class 1 dot long underscore z, no, 1, sorry, equals convert to int 32 bsb dot length. Same thing, we're going to get the packet length, and we're going to set to the long 0, long 1. And for the last, I just want to be sure that we actually need the timer started, so we go to the form one. In the form load event, we're going to say update network timer dot start, and now we are ready. We can just compile this one, because we can test if everything works fine. Alright, so we're good. Now I am opening my client. Awesome. As you can see, now connection is working properly.